Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about a high level discussions of the fundamental challenge and issue or characteristics of cloud computing. Identify a few security and privacy issue within this framework. Propose some approaches to addressing this issue. Preliminary idea of to think about. Outline introduction, security and privacy issue in cloud computing. Possible solution. Cloud computing background, cloud models. Why do you still hesitate to use cloud computing? Cause of problems associated with the cloud computing, taxonomy of fears, and threatening model. Cloud computing better use of internet-based services to support business process, rent IT service on a utility-like basis, attributes rapid deployment, low startup cost based on uses or subscriptions, multi-tenant shares of service or resources. Essential characteristics: on-demand self-services, ubiquitous network access, location-independent resource pooling, rapid elasticity, major service. Cloud computing is a compilation of existing techniques and technology packaged within a new infrastructure programs that offering improved scalability and elasticity, business aging, faster startup time, reduced management costs, and just-in-time availability of the resources. Also, a massive concentrations of risk. Expected loss from a single breath can be significantly larger. Concentrations of user represent a concentrations of threatening. Ultimately, you can outsource responsibility, but you cannot outsource accountability. Computing definitely makes sense if your own security is weak, missing features, and below average. Ultimately, if the cloud provides security, people are better than yours. The web service interface do not introduce too many new volunteers, and the providers aim at least as high as you do at security goal. Cloud model, delivery model, SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, deployment model, private cloud, community cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. We propose one more model, management model. Delivery model, application that are enabled for the cloud, support an architecture that can run multiple instances of its regardless of location. Still less application architecture, monthly subscription based pricing model. Platform, a platform that enable developer to write applications that run on the cloud. A platform would usually have several application services available for the quick deployment. Infrastructure, a highly scalable, redundant, and shares computing infrastructure accessible using internet technology, consists of service, storage, security, database, and other peripheral. Impact of cloud computing on the governance structure of IT organization. IT cloud's computing is so great, why is not everything doing it? The cloud act as a big black box. Nothing inside the cloud is visible to the client. Client have no idea or control over what happened inside a cloud. Even if the cloud provider is honest, it can have molecular system admin who can tamper with the VMS and violate confidentiality and integrity. Cloud are still subject to traditional data confidentiality, integrity, availability, and privacy issue, plus some additional attack. Companies are still afraid to use cloud. Most security problem stems from loss of control, lack of trust, multi-tenancy. This problem exists mainly in third-party management models. Self-management cloud still have security issue, but not related to above. Loss of control in the cloud. Data application resources are located with the provider. Use identify management is handled by the cloud. User access control rules, security policies, and enforcement are managed by the cloud provider. Consumer relies on provide to ensure data security and privacy, secure resource availability, monitoring, and repairing of service or resources. For this cloud computing, a brief deviations from the top. Trusting a third party requires taking risk. Definition trust and risk. Opposite sides of the same coin. People only trust while it pays. Need for trust arise only in a risky situation. Define third party management schemes hard to balance trust and risk. Key screw and is the cloud heated toward the same path. Tenancy issues in the cloud. Conflict between tenant opposition's goal. Tenants share a pool of resources and have opposition goal. How does multi-tenancy deals with the conflict of interest? Can tenant get along together and they pay nicely? If they cannot, can we isolate them? How to provide separate between tenant? Cloud computing bring new threat. Multi-independent users share the same physical infrastructure. Thus, an attack can legitimately be the same physical machine as the target. Taxonomy, confidentiality, fears of loss of control over data. Will the sensitive data stored on a cloud remain confidential? Will cloud compromise leak confidential client data? Will the cloud provide itself be honest and won't peek into the data? Integrity, how do I know that the cloud provider is doing the computing correctly? How do I ensure that the cloud provided really stores my data without tampering with it? Availability, will critical system go down at the client if the provider is attacked in a denials of service attack? What happens if the cloud provider goes out of business? Would cloud scale well enough? Often voice concern of the cloud provider argue with the downtime compare will the cloud user own data centric. Provide issues raised by the massive data mining. Cloud now store data from a lot of client and can run data mining algorithm to get large amount of information on client. Increase attack surface. Entirely outside the organization now stores and computes data, and so attack can now target the communication link between cloud provider and client. Cloud provider's employee can be punished, fished. Adaptability and franchise, difficult to audit data held outside organization in a cloud. Franchise also made difficult since new clients do not maintain data locally. Legal quagmires and transitive trust issue. Who is the responsible for compiling with regulation? SOX, HIPAA. If cloud providers subcontract to the third party, cloud will data still be secure? Taxonomy of fears. Cloud computing is a security nightmare and it cannot be handled in traditional way. John Chambers. Security is one of the most difficult tasks to implement in cloud computing. Different form of attack in the application side and the for a hardware component attack with catastrophic effort only needs one security flaw. Threat model. A threat model helps in analyzing a security problem and a mitigation strategies and evaluate solution. Step one, identify, attack, asset, threats, and other component. Rank the threat, choose mitigation strategies, build solution based on the strategies. Basic component, attack modeling. Choose what attack to consider inside or versus outside, single versus collaborative. Attack motivate and capabilities, attack goals, and vulnerabilities. The core issue here is the travel level of trust. Many cloud computing provide trust their customer. Each customer is physically coming links. It's data with data from anybody is using the cloud while logical and virtual. You have your own space. The way that the cloud provider implements security in the typical focus on they face those outside of their cloud are evil and those outside are good. Attack compatibility. At client, learn password auto authentications information. Gain control of MVM, VMS. At cloud provider, log client communication can read uncertainty data, can possibly peek into VMS, can monitor network communications. Why? Gain information about client data, gain information on the client behavior, sell the information or use it itself. Attack capability outside attack. Listen to network traffic, insert molecular traffic, probe cloud structures, goal, intrusions, network analysis, man in the middle, and catastrophe. Challenges for that, how to find out where the target is located, how to be co-located with the target in the same way, how to gather information about the target. Information security, data security and storage, identify and access management and privacy. Infrastructure security, network level, host level, application level. The network level, ensure confidentiality and integrity of your organization data in transit to or from your public cloud provider. Ensure proper access control. Ensure availability of the internal facing resources in a public cloud that are being used by your organization, replacing the established model of network zone and ties with domains. Note that network level risk exists regardless of the what aspects of the cloud computing service are being used. The primary determination of the risk level is therefore not with AAS is being used, but rather whether your organization intend to use or in is using a public, private, or hybrid cloud. The host level, both PaaS and SaaS platform abstract and hide the host OS from end user. Host security responsibilities are transferred to CSP. Diani, can you hear me? Diani?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Can you
Good
open your
afternoon,
camera?
everyone.
Actually, yesterday we discussed something about uh, energy policy. So can you share some of your views about the energy policy in Africa?
No, for me, you gave me health policy, not the energy sector. I gave it to my colleague in Namibia.
Okay, 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 good. No, I just want to know, like example, when example Rwanda uh, develop energy policy, what are the area or what are the strategy they have, or what area they focused? Is it combination of green technology and traditional technology, or it's only focused in green technology?
Yeah, may you allow me to speak on health today? Because about energy, we have already drafted a concept. We are going to send it to you within short days. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So, in that situations, like, can you help us to understand the women entrepreneurship concept in Africa?
No time. What mainly focus on is entrepreneurship. In particularly when we go to education sector, uh, we focus to engage women in technical schools where they can be open to many diverse sectors which create job, because we know the potential of women when they are educated. Yes, we educate nation. That's why when we engage them in political polytechnic schools, we trust for them to create a job, but also to create a lot of job after finishing their studies. That's not time we focus on them, because in polytechnic school they have TVET schools, we have agriculture, we have engineering, we have technology, and also other sectors where they can have access to them, and which can help them back to create job in our communities. So we trust their
Oh,
potential while they have a job. Yeah.
Madam Angela, you want to add some point about this woman entrepreneurship concept? You are from, Madam Angela, you are from Rwanda or I believe Namibia?
Kenya.
I work in Namibia, but I'm from Kenya. But I
Kenya.
would talk
Okay,
about
okay. Mhm.
the scenario in Namibia. That's
Mhm.
where I have more info and where I've stayed most. I would say uh, with the women entrepreneurship, we would say it is still coming up slowly, and for us really to meet our sustainable development goals by 2030, there could not be any sustainable development goals without equality, especially in women, because most women find themselves into entrepreneurship not because they like it, but because they are not given equal chances with their male counterparts to compete in educational levels and in educational platforms, as well as even in the big businesses platforms. So I guess policies needs to be strengthened around the women entrepreneurship, and I mean the women education, the girl child education, so that these women can equally compete with their counterparts. because when you educate a woman, you have educated the whole world, and the women can actually take over and revolutionize the continent. So our policies need to be really geared towards empowering the girl child and empowering the woman so that they are able to play at a level field with their male counterparts. For example, if there are bursaries which are being given on entrepreneurship, we should have level playing ground for even females to be given those positions and those posts to access those bursaries, to access the funds, and to access the knowledge and information that is out there. Because most of the time, they are not really taken along in these concepts. They are just left behind. That's what I would say.
Thank you. Diani, like you are also working with digital economy because today we are discussing some point about digital economy. So, uh, how actually, let's say, Rwanda's digital economy work? How the women entrepreneurs actually develop different startup or technology uh, for uh, like for their economic development.
Thank you so much, yeah, Mr. President. What we are doing all the time is to engage those women in socio-economic transformation, particularly as you mentioned in agriculture, like my colleague Angela from Kenya, yeah, currently in Namibia. So what we do through by engaging them, we make sure they join cooperatives, where currently we have over 72% of women cooperatives, which is really contribute a lot because agriculture is one of the sector which is at forefront among the sector which contribute to our country economic development. So to this point, uh, most of those cooperatives, many of them are headed by women, which gives trust to sustainability of country economic, and also most of them they are eager to learn a lot. They are innovators. They really day to day to learn something. So then you mentioned about digital. Yes, digital economy. What we do, like for instance, our company. I mean, what we do is to emphasize on capacity building through their professional careers, because due to COVID, for instance, COVID have been affected a lot of skills which they have been achieved. Some of them haven't even applied yet. However, there are some infrastructure which they haven't even yet accessed. To this point, they really need to embrace technology, which can help them to move effectively, also to improve and to enhance economic, which have been affected by COVID. That's why it's really needed to train them through capacity building, to train them on technology matters, on management capabilities, and also other matters which is linked to technology, particularly how to use the computer, how to use websites, maybe by digital marketing, how to market their product, because some of them are working at those even who they are in agriculture, but at the same time they are traders. Some of them they may just do agriculture within morning hours, afternoon hours they may join other cooperatives or associations which are across the borders. To that point, both sides they really need to embrace technology. Then what we do, we try to approach them that technology matters through capacity building. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So very interesting. This is the way of case development. We want to do more case development.
Yeah, like if I may give examples, we have tackled it. We have checked the SAMU, like we tackled like 200 to at each borders, where we need to make sure that to enhance economic recovery beyond COVID, we need to make sure that capacity building can be like umbrella through economic recovery matters, because most of them have been, there are some who disappeared, there are some others who have left the business, who stayed home. but who still snorking on their cooperative, they need to be to get motivation so that they can continue their business. Yeah. And we have done our little research on side of South province. It's bordering Burundi, also northern province, Uganda, DRC, and also Tanzania at the eastern province. So capacity building is one of the key which can be used through economic recovery. Thank you.
Thank you. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Angela, like I'm actually when I was young, I was big fan of Kenyan cricket. You know something about Kenyan cricket?
It's a it's a game that is had gained popularity in Kenya, but to be honest, I did not take keen interest in cricket because I thought it was masculine and it had a lot of energy to be put in. So I actually shied away from the game. But cricket is one of the games that Kenyans have taken up quite seriously.
Excellent. Anyway, why I bringing this game because sports entrepreneurship is very much related. So when we I saw many successful women entrepreneurs. Previously, they were cricketers in India. Now they are very successful businessmen in India and Silicon Valley. So this is actually interrelated. Why? Like when anybody engages with sports, ultimately he or she has ability to take the risk. He's one kind of risk taker. So we need some people who can take the risk, who can play properly, who can take a lot of initiative, who can actually solve many challenging issues. So that is the issues. It's actually interlinked. You can check even the sports industry, entrepreneurship. It's actually interlinked. Diani, do you have any good example like any sports woman? She becomes successful entrepreneurs. I can give you example.
Yes,
Yeah, Madam
yeah,
Durga.
football.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one in football.
Excellent. Can you
Yeah,
share her information?
yeah, she was among the international coach who had been in this football which happened competition which happened in in Cameroon, I think in a few months ago, in 1 month ago. Yeah. We have one lady, some who have been committed in sport. Yeah, we have very young, under 35 years. Yeah. We have some of them. Also in yes, you mentioned cricket. We have a great stadium of cricket here in Rwanda, in Kicukiro district. Yes, we have them. But also, I like tennis. Yeah, I really like women. I like tennis, and I can't. If you entered in my house first, you can't get out without checking at my racket. So,
Very interesting.
sport is part of basically sport is part of the material, I may say, it's part of the key which you must use while engaging human entrepreneurship, because sport can help their brain to stay, yes, healthy, but also sustainable, to focus on their goals, what they're looking for. So I think sport, we can also always use it during our training. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Very interesting. So, so that is the things. Like example, when we develop even digitalizations, we have to choose right kind of leader, right? Who can integrate it with these things, and we need different kind of strategy. Sports actually, I believe, help to develop the leadership quality, right? Let's say you run 11 people in your team. So when you run your
Yeah,
11 people,
yeah.
yeah.
Mr. President, you have something which I used in high school, over 300 students. I used to call it like sport for peace building and conflict resolution. Then this sport was like umbrella. It has been helpful to teach mentor students. Then to this point also, maybe we can have something like a basket for entrepreneurship, or sport for entrepreneurship, sport for women, like that. Yeah, it can work.
Okay. Thank you. This is really, really interesting. Like Madam Diani, and because we want to develop more case study. Even Madam Angela, if we work together and develop some case study for women entrepreneurship, sports entrepreneurship from women, okay, those who are sportswomen as well as successful entrepreneurship, maybe we can do some research, right? When we do some research, we can find out these things. Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we can do research from some women who have been successful. There can be some examples. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is really interesting session. Especially, I'm also learning from you, right? I'm also learning, especially African community, African culture. I never visit Africa, so different culture, different views. This is important. We need to learn from each other, right? We need to learn from each other. Maybe in the future we can develop academy in Africa and we can visit Africa. So thank you everyone for joining today's sessions. See you tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Take care.
Bye, Angela. Bye, Mr. President.
Bye.
Bye.